ice and heat.
Yes.
I've had so many physical therapists and everyone say ice, or ice and heat, and some say no ice, just heat. Like, anything to any of that? Is it just all Band-Aids as well?
Let's pretend there's two athletes. Athlete A and athlete B are on the same soccer field and both twist their ankle at the same time. Big time ankle sprain. Athlete A uses ice all the time. Every little bump or bruise applies ice. Athlete B never puts ice on, ever. When there's big bulbous swelling there, athlete B is going to respond to the ice, where athlete A is not going to have any change. Repeated exposures to the cold decreases your inflammatory response. So there is a place for it, but I try to give people both sides of the equation. Is this a big enough problem to apply more exposures to shorten or to lengthen the response time of your inflammatory system? And if you choose to put ice on to get some relief, you'll get some relief. But you can't go to that well often enough to turn that process down. Brain goes, we're getting help. We don't have to do that much. Just wait for the cold. It'll be fine. And you basically teach yourself to over-recover. Over-recover, absolutely. So
I've heard of overtraining, but over-recover, that's interesting.
We start getting real detailed on high-level training, like especially track. Really, really brittle folks over-recovering in a big way. Ice bath, massage, stretching, foam rolling, all these things to make sure that they get the most out of what they're doing, and their soft tissue can't handle the vigors of training. So they're over-recovered and under-prepared, and that's a fragile place to be.
So you're out on a limb here, bro, because like I'm not a professional athlete. I don't play one on TV, but I do see them.
Stay at a Holiday Inn last night.
But I do see them using ice. I know Hyper Ice is now in the MLB. I think it's in the NFL. I see them doing ice baths. I see it's like you're on the fringe, and I love the fringe because that's where I live with my nutrition and my training and my coaching. But there's a lot of people that would say that guy's crazy.
Totally. and I'm okay with that, because it's a mental game. It's a confidence booster. You want to show up to competition saying, I did everything I could possibly do to put myself at the top. And if I was the health person in their team, I would say, especially in track, you're walking around after a workout and you see this person in the ice bath and you see somebody getting stretched and massaged. I want you to think to yourself, I'm prepared for this, and that person is not. I'm actually ready for this, and my body is prepared. That body's over-recovered. They think they have to do that to compete with me. And that's where I'm going to get that confidence boost, because that's what's real.
Now, does some of those recovery treatments, are they used to get players on the field quicker, meaning let's just mask their pain or hide it so that they can play in the next game?
Right.
And where it will hopefully get them through the season, and we'll worry about the real cause and have surgery in the off season.
Very, very common. So we're both Dodger fans. So I'm in the left field pavilion, right by where the bullpen is. Mm-hmm. And Kershaw's pitching today. So I got there early, super stoked to see Kershaw pitch. He comes strolling out in his jacket, right? Lays down on the ground. His guy meets him. Seriously stretched him for 15 minutes. Kershaw has a history of back pain. So 15 minutes, I timed it because I was like, this is the Cy Young winner, Clayton Kershaw, getting stretched for 15 minutes before he's about to pitch. And I'm losing my mind because in true current sports literature, that's making him injury prone and it's taking away from performance. There's far better things he can do with that time. He gets up, he plays a little catch, little long toss, comes back closer and has some pitches, and then goes over to the bullpen and actually throws off the mound. So a couple weeks later, he's out for 2 or 3 starts because he injured his back again. And I'm like, I wonder if he can actually deadlift. I wonder if anybody in his team has said, maybe we should stop at the mobility and get you stable and strong and see if you can handle the vigors of pitching 2 times a week because you have the stress capacity to put up with that. Instead, they're making him more wobble right before he throws.
So now you're blowing my mind again. So are you saying active stretching is good? Static stretching?
Static stretching has no place in that guy's or your training regimen, in my opinion.
Okay.
Unless you don't have normal range of motion. And just based on how he was being stretched, he's got plenty of motion.
Right.
And so we would do a lot more active stuff. We probably would have done some stuff behind closed doors before we got to the field. I'm not sure what he did before that because I wasn't there, but he wasn't sweaty. He wasn't, he had a jacket on. So didn't really think that he was doing anything before. But a light deadlift, a light squat, something like that before would have gone a lot further, and then some active stuff.
It's so incredible that just like with nutrition and like you said, healthcare, which is ridiculous, it's not healthcare, it's whatever they call it. It's like your symptom care.
Right. I call it sick care.
Yeah. Sick care is perfect. There's so much dogma in how things are supposed to be done. And just it gets hooked in the media, and then it's the way things are.
Right.
And the truth is somewhere buried deep below all that.
Right.
And usually people on the fringe, like you, and where I like to be, because I think that's where you get amazing anecdotal stories and recoveries and health.
Right.
That, there'll be an article here or there that says, that's not proven. That's, there's no scientific double-blind study on that.
Right.
But it's like, how do you get people to believe that maybe that's wrong?
Yeah. I think the worst statement in English is, well, that's the way we've always done it.
Right.